Hello, welcome to your weekly yoga practice. I'm so glad that you're joining. We are nearing the end of summer, or it's the last day of August today, if you can believe it. And so sometimes we've gone through the summer heat, and that can cause us to have a little bit of burnout in our energy, like our bodies, our minds too, sometimes can feel a little defeated after a very busy summer. So, as we transition from what's called the Pitta season, the summer of fire and heat and energy, and we're transitioning more into what's called Vata season. And Vata is the energy of movement. It's sometimes called the windy season, and it's like the winds of the mind. My teacher calls it the ceiling fan of the mind when Vata rises up in the body to the head, and we have like this ceiling fan of the mind that doesn't turn off. And so it's really important that we come to our mats for our weekly practice so that we can ground our energy, ground the Vata energy back down in the body and help prepare us for this seasonal change. So most of us, because we're burnt out from summer, we need to do a little bit of restoring before we start building again. So let's begin in Shavasana today. Take as much space up as you'd like on your mat. The third energy I didn't talk about yet is Kapha energy, and that is earth and water. So Pitta is fire and water. Kapha is earth and water. And Vata is ether and space. I'll talk more about these each week as we progress together in our yoga practice. So maybe place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Take a couple deep breaths to arrive here on your mat, in your own body, and with your breath. We're going to begin pumping our toes. You're going to draw your toes towards your nose and then away, flex your ankles away from your nose, and then begin to do this at a rapid pace. This is going to create movement all the way from your heels to your head. You get to choose how vigorously you want to do this today. Just keep going. We're going to go for about 20 or 30 more seconds. It's maybe 10 more seconds. Really give it your effort here. It's like shaking up a snow globe for our practice. Okay, you can begin to settle and slow and come to stillness. As you arrive in stillness, just notice any sensations pulsing through your body. Let's bend each knee, bringing the soles of your feet to your mat. And we'll begin with a little hip opening. So draw your right foot over your left knee and flex your toes towards your knee here to protect your knee. And isometrically open your right knee towards your left toes. And see if you can ground both your hip bones on the ground. Breathe into your lower belly. If you'd like, you could draw your left knee towards your chest and loop your hand around your thigh or your shins. And again, breathe into your lower belly here. We're starting our practice slow. You can release your left foot and your right. And let's take the cross on the opposite side. Again, flex your toes towards your knee. Press into your mat with your right foot as you open your left knee towards your right toes. Draw your right knee towards your chest if you'd like a little bit more. If not, you could stay there. And notice your breathing in your lower belly here. Release both feet down to the mat and roll to one side. When you're ready, press yourself up and we'll come into tabletop, allowing your spine to awaken here. So press into your mat with all 10 fingers and your palm pads. For cat-cow, inhale, drop your belly towards your mat. Lift your chest and chin forward. As you exhale, press the floor away to arch your spine. Move through this 3 or 4 times at your own pace. So you've completed those in your own time. We'll add a little rounding to the spine. So draw your sitting bones back to your heels and come up and around. So make this nice and fluid. Might feel a little bit awkward at first, and that's okay. In fact, we want to surprise the brain sometimes. Let's go the opposite direction. Sometimes when our mind already knows what to expect or how we're going to feel doing something, we make our own assumptions and judgments. Let's push yourself back to child's pose when you're ready and walk your fingers forward as you sit back towards your heels. Spread your fingers wide and come up into down dog when you're ready. First down dog of the day deserves to be walked out. Bend one knee and then the other. You might like to swivel your hips from side to side. And find a comfortable place to rest for a moment here in down dog. Draw your chest towards the mat. With an inhale, come forward into plank and lower all the way down slowly, slowly, slowly. Bring your forearms out in front of you. We're going to prepare for cobra or sphinx pose. So press down into the mat with your hands and your forearms. Draw your chest forward. This is baby cobra. Add a little bit more by pressing down the tops of your feet into the floor. You can come down with an exhale to rest. We'll do this 3 times and you'll get to decide what's right for your body. If it's baby cobra, a full cobra, or you might even like to try seal today if your back is already very flexible. With an inhale, come up to baby cobra, or you could extend your elbows for a little bit more. Again, keep drawing your chest forward and pressing down with your feet. One more breath here. Exhale, come down. Last one when you're ready. Baby cobra, press into your forearms. If you'd like to come up a little bit more, and if you have even more flexibility, you can walk your hands towards your body. Take one more breath here. Exhale, lower down. Turn your head to one side. Whichever side you turned your head to, slide your knee up toward your elbow. A little bit of a full back release here. And slide your knee back to meet the other. And press yourself up to a kneeling posture. From our kneeling posture, this is called hero's pose. Inhale, reach your arms up. When you get to the top, take another sip of breath in. And then exhale, twist to the right. This doesn't need to be your deepest twist. You can bring the back of your left hand to your outer right thigh. And breathe here. Inhale, reach up. Take a sip more breath. And exhale to the left. Nice gentle breathing here. Inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, come forward into a child's pose with knees together. If you'd like, you could allow your hands to go down alongside your body or keep them forward. Your choice. What feels good to you? Walk your hands forward and push yourself up into down dog. Imagine that your hands are on two pickle jars, and you're going to open the pickle jars in opposite directions. As you work to open your pickle jars, draw your chest down towards the floor and keep a generous bend in your knees. Look forward and tippy toe or jump all the way to your hands for a standing forward fold. If you'd like, you could grab each elbow with a hand and adds a little bit of weight. Release your neck if that feels okay for you. Bend your knees generously. Shift your body weight into your heels and inhale to come up into Uttanasana, chair pose. One breath here. As you exhale, press into the floor to come all the way up. Take a big inhale. Take a sip more breath at the top of your inhale. And then audibly open mouth sigh as you bend forward fold. And bend your knees, press into the floor. It's called root to rise. You root your feet down into your mat and come all the way up. Palms together. You can exhale to heart center. Release your hands down, palms face forward. This is Samastitihi. And close your eyes for a moment. Check in with your heart rate or your breathing pattern. Maybe you notice your body temperature today, or the sensation of your feet making contact with the ground. That's my favorite one. It's always grounding for me if I'm in the grocery store line or somewhere and I feel that vata energy, that little bit of anxious energy rise in my body. I can just send my awareness down into my heels. Step your feet as wide as one leg length. And turn your heels out slightly. So inhale, rise up. Take one more sip of air, look up. And exhale, hinge from your hips to come into a wide-legged forward fold. You might like to have blocks here, or you could bring your fingertips or palms to the mat. As you inhale, walk your fingertips over to the right as you bend into your right knee and press firmly into your left foot. Use your exhale to press into your right foot and begin shifting over to the left side. Send your energy down into the ground, into your feet. One more time with your exhale. Use your exhale to press into the floor and walk over to the right. This time, if you'd like to add an extended arm, you could lift your left arm up towards the ceiling and look at your thumbnail. Exhale down when you're ready. Take an inhale. And use your exhale to press down, down, down into the floor as you shift over to the left side. And if you're adding the extended arm, when you're ready, look up towards your thumbnail. Exhale down. And come back up to center. Bend your knees generously here. And then come all the way up to standing. Pivot your right toes towards the right short edge of your mat, keeping your heels in one line. When you're ready, take an inhale to reach your arms out to a T and bring your gaze, your dristi, over your right middle fingernail. Use your inhale to draw further than your right toes, and an exhale to tilt, bringing your right wrist toward your right shin. Option 2, look up at your right thumbnail or down at your maybe right toenail. Press into your mat to come all the way up with your inhale. Pivot your toes forward. Exhale, hinge from the hips to bend forward. Bend your knees generously and press into the floor to come up. Pivot left toes towards the left edge of your mat. Inhale, arms out to a T. Draw your fingernails over your left toenails and tilt down into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Keep a bend in your knee here. There's no need to hyperextend or to lock out your knee. Exhale, bring both fingers to your mat. Lower your right knee and step your left knee back, child's pose. Perhaps this time you send your awareness or your attention into the palms of your hand, feeling the temperature or texture of your mat. When you're ready, use your inhale to walk yourself back up to a kneeling position. Sit down onto your bottom, extend your legs out in front of you. We will work our way to Shavasana from here, so make sure you have enough space to recline back when we're ready. Okay, go ahead and recline back. Could keep your knees bent. Step your feet as wide as your mat and allow your knees to come in together. And watch your breath and body settle in this new shape, this new foundation. Bring your knees apart, but keep your feet where they are. We'll take some windshield wipers. Take an inhale at center. Exhale both knees to the right. You could even look to the left if that feels okay for your neck. Inhale to center. Exhale to left. Look to the right. Move through this at your own pace. Linger anywhere you want to linger. The next time your knees fall to the left, let that be your last one. And then draw both knees in towards your chest, wrapping your arms around your shin or the back of your thighs. Or again, you could place your hands on your knees. I'll invite you to close your eyes here. And instead of trying to make something happen in this posture, see if you can do less. There's no need to think about how this posture is working or what it's doing for you, but rather let's become the witnesser of your experience. Witnessing your body breathing you. If your mind wanders, that's totally natural. And yoga gives us the space to train our mind to come back to that witnesser. With an inhale, draw your forehead towards your knees and give yourself a hug. Really squeeze here. Then use your exhale to pour all the way out into Shavasana. Settle in the way that you settle in. Allow your ankles to splay open, and your body to get heavy. Usually, the moment we slow down or have a moment, that's when the mind starts thinking of all the things it should, could, needs to be doing. So for our Shavasana today, we'll just practice not following the thought. You could label it as a thought. And coming back to one of those anchor points. Your body breathing you. The sensation of your heels on the ground. Could be your body temperature or your heart rate. Just pick one. Then when your mind wanders, bring it back to your anchor. In a moment, I'm going to be totally silent for the rest of Shavasana. Soften the corners of your eyes and all the muscles of your face. Use your breath to recenter yourself into your Shavasana for the last moments. See if you can relax just 1% more, perhaps releasing any holding in your hips. Then begin to deepen your breath. And wiggle fingers and toes. Rock your head slowly side to side. And like a full body stretch, reaching my hands up and stretching my toes down. Bend one knee and the other to roll to one side. And press yourself up to a seat as you feel ready. If you'd like to close your eyes for a moment to check in, it's always good to give a little pulse check at the end of your practice. And how's your body feeling? How's your breath? And how's your mind? Yoga touches all of these places and weaves them together, hoping to help you feel more cohesive, more grounded, and balanced. As the seasons shift, it's not uncommon to feel unbalanced or off balance, coming from a busy season and into one of more routine. Many of us love that. Some of us don't. For those that love it, there may be a sense of pressure to get it right, to have all the things in line and ready. And sometimes that can be overwhelming to the nervous system. So try to focus like we did today, just on your feet on the ground or your body breathing you, giving yourself, your body, an anchor to move through the seasonal shift. Thanks for practicing with me. I hope it's been nourishing for you. We'll see you next time. If you like this video and would like more of these, don't forget to hit like and subscribe.